tomorrow. And the other big question, of course, is what we've been asking, is Rory McIlroy going to be fully fit for his second round early tomorrow morning? Certainly, it seems a long time ago when it all happened on the third hole. Let's go to the scene of the crime and join Mark Rowe and Di Doherty.
Thanks very much, David. This is where the incident happened that we've all been talking about today, possibly a career-threatening incident. Mark Rowe is going to talk us through exactly what happened and where exactly was the ball, Mark?
Well, we were watching this obviously in the commentary box, Di, and I have to say that we had our heads in our hands.
It was like that.
Our eyes, we were horrified because we could see a potential disaster. And obviously, you know, coming back here now, it is actually worse than it looked when we first saw it. And we've got the spot here, just down the bottom. Now, this is where his club actually struck the root, and you can see,
just there.
yeah, you can see the mark there. And just look how thick that root is. I mean, there's no way when you look at that, you're going to think that you're not going to hurt yourself if you hit it. You are risking, you know, possibly career-threatening injuries. Now, the ball itself was lying just there. We know it wasn't quite up against the root because he chose a 7-iron, so he thought he could get past that root.
And there was a lot of chat about which club to play, either a 4-iron, 7-iron.
Yeah, absolutely. So he thought the shot was on, but clearly it wasn't. And as I look at it now, I'm horrified because I'm thinking I would never try to play that because I know if I hit that root, I'm going to seriously injure myself. It looks like perhaps he might even have been fortunate not to break his wrist. But what he should have done, I believe, is just take a look at that, one look at it, and it's pretty self-explanatory. If you move around that way and as you look here, there's the route he's hit going that way, but actually all he needed to do was that, back out in the fairway. No injury, no problems, no drama, and Rory wouldn't be in the situation he's in now. We know he's brave. We know he'd take anything on. He always has been like that, but this one was more than foolhardy.
It's fortunate it's just a stinger. Well, we hope he's going to go to the hospital, as Butch just alluded to. So fingers crossed for Rory. Back to you in the studio, David.
Well, there's Mark giving us some options and what could have happened. Here's what happened. Jeez, it was brutal, wasn't it, Colin?
Oh, it was indeed. I mean, as Mark says, foolhardy. There was only one shot, and I was commenting on it at the time with Ewan, and there was one shot to do, was play out as Mark so rightly did. That ball was going nowhere else but up in the trees, and his wrist. I mean, let's hope that it's better than it looks right now. Even to shake hands on the last green I saw there, he shook hands with all his players and his caddies with his left hand. So this is hurting, believe me.
But Butch, it's just one of the great things about being young, isn't it? Being a thrill seeker, adventurer, you know. If you played the boring way, I mean, it wouldn't be much fun, would it?
Well, I think there was a smarter way to play it, but I mean, he's trying to do the best he can do, David. He is the U.S. Open champion. He's coming in here one of the favorites. He knows he's playing well. He doesn't want to do anything to give up a shot. Sometimes the smart way is not always the way some of the young players play it. I just hope tomorrow he's okay and he can keep playing. I will say, once the physio came out, David, and they put the tape on his right hand and his wrist and around his hand, it seemed to tighten everything up, and it took a little of the sting out of it. Let's hope it works tomorrow.
Well, we're waiting and hoping for an interview with Rory. He obviously is going to restrict his media activity to one big interview with the whole media mob, if you like. But our Tim Barter is in there with his microphone and trying to find out what's going to happen. You know, it will be good to hear from Rory exactly what he's feeling and what he's going to do now, and what his feelings were at the time of the shot and in the round after that, because yeah, here he goes. I'll just sit back and listen to it.
Talk us through your thinking on the second shot to 3. We were surprised you took it on. It looked dangerous.
It was dangerous. Yeah, I mean, I thought, you know, it was maybe the tree root was maybe a foot in front of the ball, and I thought if I could make contact with the ball and just let the club go, I might get away with it. And you know, in hindsight, it would have been better to chip it out sideways. I still made 5, but yeah, it was a shot that I felt like, you know, if I took it on and pulled it off, it could have, you know, saved me a shot. But yeah, I've obviously, you know, went through impact and you know, held onto the club too long, and yeah, I jarred my right wrist and my right forearm, and you know, it was obviously very painful after that.
Can you describe what you felt in your wrist? How much pain and how much discomfort?
Yeah, I mean, just through that shot, it was just like a sharp pain up my forearm, and then there's a little bit of swelling just on the inside of my wrist, and then it was referring into my elbow and up into my shoulder. So just going to go and get an MRI now and just see if there's no damage done to it.